Most people hear a beautiful love song, but composer Franz Schubert wasn't writing for a lover. He was serenading death. Schubert was only 31 years old, bedridden, he had no money, no fame, and just a few weeks left to live. But instead of a goodbye, he wrote this breathtaking serenade, which is a reflection of his life coming to an end. And this is why these are the saddest 3 minutes in music history. The true history of this piece is almost unbelievable. It comes from a poem called Serenade, written by the German poet Ludwig Rellstab. And these lyrics were originally given to Beethoven. But Beethoven died before he could set them to music. So, after Beethoven's death, his secretary and biographer Anton Schindler knew that Schubert was a great admirer of Beethoven, so he passed the poems on to Schubert. Franz Schubert was a genius Austrian composer born in Vienna, and in just 15 years he wrote over 1,000 pieces of music as if he knew his clock was ticking. Unfortunately, he wasn't famous while he was alive. His friends and other musicians such as Schumann, Mendelssohn and Liszt, they finally brought his masterpieces to the world after he passed away. What is truly remarkable is that even in his final most challenging days, he never stopped creating. He gave the world a lifetime of beauty in just a few short and difficult years, leaving behind a legacy he would never get to witness. So, to understand why this piece 200 years later moves us so deeply, you just have to listen for two things. First, listen to the piano part, the rhythm in the background. It doesn't sound like a romantic guitar plumbing, it pulses like a steady, ticking heartbeat. Second, listen to the melody. A normal serenade is bright and happy in a major key, but Schubert writes this in a melancholic tone. And every now and then you'll notice that the music lifts up and gives you this warm flash of hope, like a memory of a healthy man he used to be, but he can never hold on to it. Almost immediately the music sinks back into that beautiful melancholy. The part that moves me most is that Schubert, he died in a damp room, penniless and unknown. And despite of it, he wrote one of the most beloved melodies in human history. But he never got to hear a single person applaud for it. So in other words, even as a simple and poor composer, without any fame, facing illness and death, he was able to give his work beauty and transcendence. He took all of his suffering and turned it into something divine. So when I play this for you now, I want you to listen with different ears. Listen for that clock ticking pulse that the piano plays. And listen for the moments the music reaches for a happy memory before the sad reality pulls it back. You are not about to hear a man standing under a lover's window. No, you are going to hear a 31-year-old genius standing at the edge of his own life, facing death. If you connected with the deep emotion in these notes, tell me in the comments, what is the one word this melody leaves in your heart? I read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. This is Schubert, Serenade.